And now let's begin with some of the business top headlines now. Telecommunication consumers under the aegis of the National Association of Telecom Subscribers have dragged the federal government to court over its plan to implement a 5% excise duty on telecom services, according to the national president at NATCOMS, Adeolu Ogunbanjo. The suit is against the imposition and implementation of the excise duty and the continued imposition and implementation of value-added tax on telecom services. He stated that this suit was filed at the Federal High Court in Ikoyi. Ogunbanjo said there are too many taxes on telecom service. Putting too many taxes on it is not fair, he says. The suit is praying the court to declare VAT on telecom services as unconstitutional and illegal and declared the implementation of excise duty on telecoms as null and void. The suit listed the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Federal Inland Revenue Service and Nigerian Customs Service Board among the defendants. Away from there now, Nigeria Employers Consultative Association has predicted shutdown of small businesses if the lingering Naira crisis persists. The Director General, NECA, Wale Oyenride, said with the rising inflation and reduction in purchasing power of consumers, the nation could witness the death of many small and medium-scale businesses as well as the shutdown of many large businesses. In a letter on Sunday, NECA urges government, government to decide to, respond to this issue. The DG said rising energy costs, inadequate foreign exchange, high operating costs, amongst others, was impacting businesses negatively. He said as Nigerians grapple with limited liability or availability of cash, they are at the same time confronted with scarcity of petrol, a product for which trillions of naira has been expended as subsidy, while businesses also continue to face increasing energy costs, inadequate forest, high operating costs, amongst others. And now oil marketers insisted Sunday that the supply of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, was still very low despite claims by the federal government that it had over 1 billion liters of PMS, enough to keep the country wet. Dealers faulted the claim of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on the availability of surplus of PMS in the country. The agency recently stated that the NNPC had a PMS sufficiency over 1.6 billion liters as of January 26, 2023, both on land and marine, as this was re-echoed last week by the National Oil Company, but the National President, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Debo Ahmed, told newsmen that the scarcity had failed to abate in many parts of Nigeria because of the very low supply of petrol by NNPC. And now, President Muhammadu Buhari has disclosed that the country has achieved 100% broadband penetration, speaking at the Making a Digital Economy Conference theme promoting a vital digital economy, a catalyst for economic growth in Nigeria, which was organized by the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mine and Agriculture, NASIMA. The president clarified that, contrary to report that the country had only achieved 43% internet penetration, a lot of feats had been accomplished. Represented by the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, Buhari said broadband coverage had improved by 77% from 23% in 2019 to 100% in the year. Well, these are some of the stories making the rounds now. We'll take a moment. We'll be back to look at this in details. Please stay with us.